Giles, Twitter. Twitter is something that you and we talk about a lot. We use a lot. You are a major user of Twitter.
Yeah, I'm afraid so, yeah.
You. But, and it's very useful to us, but it doesn't seem to be very popular in the stock market. And bidders have been circling, the last of which was Salesforce, but they seem to be going away. What's going on?
I mean, it is strange because if anything could be described as an essential utility for the whole business of media, which is still not a small business, Twitter is. I mean, probably more important than Facebook or maybe just less than Google. So it seems essential to us. We would probably pay to use it, given how much information we get out of it.
They would love that, wouldn't they?
Yeah, wouldn't that be amazing? Because they've got something like 300 million users. Yeah. But what's the problem with Twitter? Well, two, user growth has slowed down, and that perennial problem that all of the internet struggles with, and only a few companies have really nailed, how to turn addictive content into revenues. Yes, exactly. They haven't solved that. So their revenues seem to be stalled around just less than, what, 3 billion?
Yeah, and it's just not growing so fast.
So it's not growing so fast. People forgive you for not having revenues if you're growing like Billio. We'll talk about another company there. And they can forgive you if you're making loads of cash, but if you're not doing either. So they're looking at other options, and that brings us to the recent stories. Disney or Google or Salesforce, they've all been circling Twitter, and now they seem to be circling away. Yeah. And so if they're not going to be buying them, then what's the future?
What are they worried about, you think? I mean, if they were interested in the first place, they know what's not right. The company actually has, well, it is incredible. It has very little debt. I mean, it's a typical tech company. It is net cash. It does have a positive cash flow, if not positive profits. This year, it looks like it could be positive free cash flow, i.e. after investments, even after acquisitions, depending on what they do. Yeah. Is it so bad?
You know, that's all useful, but if you're someone like Disney or Google who are massive, you want it for a strategic play, and then you've got to ask yourself, now, why are we buying Twitter? Is it a way into a new media thing, so people start watching Wimbledon or the World Cup on Twitter? That doesn't seem to be working yet. Is it about information? Salesforce might have been interested in it because here's a rich source of information about what people like. Well, they seem to have looked at it, really disappointed not to have got LinkedIn, and again, they've circled away again. So Twitter's kind of a conundrum. People can't work out where it fits compared to places like Snapchat.
Snap, which is trying to IPO on very little revenues, and it could be a really big offering.
I mean, Twitter's worth 13 billion. Snapchat, which has got less than $1 billion revenues, they're talking about 25 billion. Now, I tried to use it earlier. I looked at my website. At what it presents you in terms of content, it makes you think it's a sort of a 14-year-old boy or girl's locker full of just 17
They'll dispute
pictures.
That. They're a camera company, they say to me.
They say they're a camera. There's only so many selfies I can take.
I don't see us using Snapchat anytime
No,
soon,
I don't think anyone really wants us to. No. But still, the mystery, why is there so much faith there and there's not so much on Twitter, which seems so essential? I can't really solve it.
Okay, it's interesting. We like Twitter, but not everybody does. Yeah. That's the end of it, I guess, for now. Thanks very much, Giles.
Thank you, Alan.